Security may be very important for some companies, while others have little or no need. So the security system and its various components have been made optional. You will need to sign on to access the software, but all other features can be turned on or off by the system administrator. To get to the security system, select File on the main menu, then select Security and Use CMS Security. When enabled, each user of the system is given a username and a password, and the administrator assigns privileges to each username, allowing the user to enter certain areas of the software and blocks them from entering other areas, or restricts their use to read-only. There's also an optional Edit Lock. If this is enabled, all of the data on the form is locked and cannot be modified, and records cannot be added or deleted until the user pushes the Unlock button on the standard toolbar. So let's enable access permissions and see what happens. I'll get out of the company forum. I can switch between user accounts by pressing the login key button on the standard toolbar. I'll switch to an account that I know has no entry-level privileges and try to get back into the company profile forum. I'm not being permitted back in. Instead, I get a message that certain privileges are required to enter this area. I'll switch to an account that I know has read-only privileges. Notice that I can navigate between records, but I can't modify records, and I can't add or delete records. Let's go back to Security, and under the File menu, I'll select Edit User Accounts. The User Accounts editor opens. There are several accounts already in the list. I'll select one and click the Edit button. The button that appears includes the username, password, and information on membership and groups. The privileges this person has are listed on the right side of the privilege page. To add a privilege, move the name of the privilege from the left side of the form to the right. When finished, press the OK button. Add users by pressing the Add button. In the Group tab, you can bundle privileges into groups. By assigning a person to a group, you don't have to assign the person individual privileges, such as reading and/or writing to a specific form. Assignment to one group will give the user all of the permissions that are assigned to that group. You can create groups of privileges, but the specific privileges are set because they're hard-coded into the software. Individual privileges are very specific, such as read-only for a certain form or read-write for another form. It's good to group privileges by the types of jobs people will have. For example, if a person will be assigned to enter company and personnel data, a group of privileges can be bundled for just that purpose, while not permitting the user into any of the other areas of the software. Directors and shareholders might be given guest privileges so they can review data at any time in a read-only state without fear of accidental changes of the data. Notice the password option under Security. Here, any user can change their password as long as they have been given the privilege to do so by the administrator. They need to enter the current password, then enter the new password twice. The last item on the Security menu is the event log. The activities of each user of the software is recorded in this log. If a user is assigned a username, each activity is recorded in the log with the user's name. For example, when a company or personnel record is deleted, the action is recorded in the event log with the user's name who deleted the record. By clicking on one of these events, a more detailed description of what occurred pops up in the area just below the list. The event log is a perpetual log. It's continually being added to. You can select the amount of time the log is saved for, and you can print out an event log for future reference. When setting the amount of time the log retains data, keep in mind that it tracks all major events, so the log can get very large over time. Notice the Verify Log button. Press it and it will tell you if the data has been changed from outside the system. For example, someone might use MS Excel to open a table to modify some of the data, or a hard drive could crash, damaging some of the data. If that occurs, there is a code created from all of the fields in a record that's stored with each record. The data is tested against the code to see if any changes have been made to the data since the last time the code was updated, which occurs just before the table is closed. Right now it's indicating that the records are authentic, which means that they haven't changed since the last time they were saved. Last is the Edit Lock feature. It can be enabled or disabled using the Security option under the File menu. The purpose is to prevent accidental modification or loss of data. When it's enabled, the user has to click the Edit Lock button on the standard toolbar for data to be editable. That concludes the features of the security system.